Good day, community of Cape Agulhas. My name is Gershwin Prince, Senior Communication Officer at Cape Agulhas Municipality, and I will be the Master of Ceremonies. Welcome to the Ward Committee Election Awareness Webinar. This is a special edition of Municipal Matters. This webinar is another first for Cape Agulhas Municipality, and we are very excited to host this webinar. Please note that this webinar will also be broadcasted on Radio Overberg 101.8 FM, and we will communicate the exact date and time for the radio program. I would like to welcome the panel, Speaker Derek Burger, our 6 ward councillors, starting from Ward 1, Councillor Raymond Ross, who is also our Deputy Mayor. In Ward 2, Alderman Dirk Jantjies. Ward 3, Councillor Renier Lou. Ward 4, Alderman Johan Nieuwoud. Ward 5, Councillor Gerard Olwage. And Ward 6, Councillor Janine Martinez. Also a special welcome to the accounting officer, our municipal manager, Mr. Eben Phillips, Ms. Tracy Stone, the strategic head, and then also from our provincial colleagues, the public participation from the province, Mr. Craig Mitchell and Mrs. Amelia Nolan. Local public participation, Mr. Paul Valentine and Caitlin Leonard. And then also a special welcome to Shadai Williams from our Youth Council and Wendy Kwenyama, who will be doing a translation in isiXhosa. And then also a welcome to Kaylin Fori from Communication. I will hand over to our municipal manager, who will explain the role and importance of ward committees in the local government. Mr. Eben Phillips, who is no stranger to Cape Agulhas Municipality. And like we always say on municipal matters, ons praat die taal wat die maklikste op die tong is, en dan wil ons dan die raadslede ook daardie vryheid gee om in Afrikaans of in Engels hier uit te druk. En meneer Eben Phillips was ook voorheen werksaam hier by Cape Agulhas Municipaliteit, waarna hy na Knysna Municipaliteit, en ons is bly dat ons hom weer terug het hier as die accounting officer van Cape Agulhas Municipaliteit. Mr. Eben Phillips, I'm handing over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gershwin, and good morning to all the viewers, all the listeners in the Greater Cape Agulhas municipal area. And I'm really chuffed with this initiative that people have taken to really make sure that our communities understands the roles of the role of the ward committees within the dispensation of local government. Now I will just take a couple of minutes just to give people an indication why it is important that local communities participate in the election of a ward committee for each ward in the Cape Agulhas municipal area. I think all of us would understand that we are now at least almost 30 years in the new dispensation of democracy in South Africa. And ultimately, public participation and good governance practices forms a very big part of our local democracy. In fact, that gives effect to the saying that we normally throw around on all platforms, where we say that people shall govern. But people can only govern if we allow them to have a say, to allow them to participate. And the ward committee system in South Africa is one of those mechanisms where we can give effect. Ek sê altyd dat dit is een aspek van plaaslike regering of die nuwe demokrasie wat vir my in my loopbaan nog 'n bietjie, waar ons nog 'n bietjie vashak. If we look at the constitutional definition of a municipality, the definition say a municipality consists of the political leg, which are the councillors, the administrative leg, which are the officials, and then the community. Now, the political and the administration are mostly seen as the municipality, and I just get the feeling that communities are not really at this point in time so much involved as we want them to be in the affairs of local government. And that is one thing that I think that the ward committee system provides a very good mechanism to allow for us to really live out the constitutional definition of a municipality, and also allow communities to participate in the affairs of local government. Now, ward committee are structures that provide a vital link between the ward councillor and also the municipality as a whole with the community. They allow for members of communities to really influence municipal planning, municipal projects, allocation of resources in a manner which best addresses their needs. Ek sê altyd, die mense wat weet wat in hulle gemeenskappe aangaan, is die mense wat daar bly. En dis gewoonlik what I call the social capital that is available within those wards. If we don't draw on that social capital, then our our projects, our planning, and also our allocation of resources might be ill-informed. En dit is hoekom dit so belangrik is vir wijkkomitees om in elke wijk ge-establish te word, sodat mense regtig kan inspraak het in die, soos ons sê, in die affairs van local government. Ward committees are ultimately a crucial part of the local government system, as they are the link between the councillor and the community. Now, ward councillors would also later say they would find it very difficult to make the right decisions on behalf of communities, with communities, as hulle nie die regte inligting in die gemeenskappe het nie. En dit is hoekom ek van mening is dat wijkkomiteelede is basies die ore en die oë van veral jou wijksraadslid, ander raadslede en vir ons as administrasie van die munisipaliteit, want hulle is die mense wat vir ons regtig die regte inligting kan gee van what makes that community tick. What are the real priority needs within those communities? And that is why I'm quite excited to see how the caliber of ward committee members over the I would say the past 5 terms of local government has really improved and has really made a significant impact and made sure that councillors can make informed and quality decisions, because at the end of the day, it is going to have an impact on the circumstances and the local conditions of the people in that community. Now, the ward committee plays a crucial part in giving meaning to the notion which I've indicated that people shall govern. And this is also because local government is regarded as the level of government closest to the people. Dit is basies die sfeer van regering. Ons weet as nasionale regering, provinsiale regering en dan plaaslike regering. Nou omdat plaaslike regering so na aan die mense is dit belangrik om that we also extend that arm even further and make sure that we've got members coming out of a specific community, coming out of a ward, to make sure that they also inform the decision-making processes within local government. En gelukkig in munisipaliteit soos Kapagallis het ek gesien dat we don't only pay lip service to ward committees, we really take the input and the comments and the information of ward committees quite seriously. And that is why the speaker will later tell you that ward committee reports are also incorporated in the agenda of the municipal council. So raadslede kan onmiddellik sien wat is die insette van gemeenskappe in hulle onderskeie wyke. En so ook, ons is nou so pas, is ons besig met 'n reeks van terugvoeringsvergaderings. En dit is waar wijkskomiteelede byvoorbeeld 'n baie belangrike rol gaan speel om seker te maak dat die inligting vanuit die gemeenskappe, dat dit aan die einde van die dag aan die raadslede en aan die amptenary gevoer kan word, deur die stelsels gevoer kan word, sodat 'n mens in staat is om plaaslike gemeenskappe beter te diens. So dit is hoekom ek onomwonde kan sê dat Kapagallis munisipaliteit van die insette van wijkskomitees baie ernstig op, en dit is hoekom ons ook seker maak dat die regte mense op die wijkskomitee 'n geleentheid kan bied om 'n impak te maak in hulle onderskeie gemeenskappe. Selfs as daar projekte, as daar programme of as daar selfs aansoeke is in 'n spesifieke wijk, dan word die wijkskomiteelede gekonsult. Ons maak seker dat hulle ook inspraak gee, that we don't really govern for communities, but we really govern with communities, because that at the end of the day will give communities the confidence that Kapagallis municipality are really a municipality that are responsive to the needs of a municipality. And just in summary, I really want to encourage and I really want to make sure that people participate in the upcoming elections for ward committee members, to make sure that the right people serve on that structure. And unfortunately for ward committees, there's nothing to do with status, it's nothing to do, people can't be in it for the money thereof, but it's really people that would want to play a role within the communities and make sure that their communities do have a voice in council and do have a voice in the municipality, and that those voices are being heard when decisions are being made and resources are being allocated. I think Paul will later just indicate to you the schedule of the ward committee elections in the different wards. But from my side, as the municipal manager and as the accounting officer, I would really encourage people to make sure that they utilize this opportunity. Want ongelukkig as die wijkskomitees gekies word, dan is hulle vas vir die 5 jaar termyn. En 'n mens het nou die geleentheid om seker te maak dat die regte mense op daai struktuur kan dien, dat die regte mense wat regtig ernstig is, wat hulle gemeenskap se belange op die hart dra, that they are incorporated into the ward committee structure and also serve their term on the ward committees with the necessary commitment and with the necessary vigor to make sure that they are advancing the interest of the communities at heart. So from my side, thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies and councillors, for having this opportunity. And I'm really looking forward to the rest of the discussion of this webinar, a very innovative initiative that has been embarked upon by Cape Agulhas Municipality. Thank you very much. Baie dankie aan almal vir die geleentheid.
Baie dankie munisipale bestuurder, meneer Eben Phillips. Ons sê vir u dankie vir daardie woorde, en dit is soos wat u gesê het, dit gaan nie nou oor geld nie, en dit laat my ook dink aan die rap song waarmee ons die program begin het, waar ons wil ook dankie sê vir Realist Records, en dan vir MP Michael Palmer, wie dan daardie song vir ons so briljant geskryf het, en almal wie betrokke was by die maak van daardie song, en daar is 'n gedeelte in daardie rap song waar hulle sê, dit gaan nie nou oor geld nie, en hulle haal aan dat dit gaan oor die youth en dit gaan oor die gemeenskap. So baie dankie meneer Phillips. Die volgende persoon op die program wie met ons gaan praat is ons speaker Derek Burger, en elke raad het 'n voorsitter, en hy is dan die voorsittende beampte van die raad. Ons het 'n burgemeester en 'n onderburgemeester en 'n maiko, maar die persoon wie dan die raadsvergadering, die voorsittersrol vertolk van die raad, is meneer Derek Burger. Hy is nie 'n nuwe raadslid nie, was voorheen ook 'n wijkraadslid gewees, en toe was hy ook 'n proporsionele raadslid gewees, waar hy op die maiko gedien het, en nou is hy die speaker van die raad, en hy is al die pad daar van Struisbaai. Hy is ook 'n oud-deiler, en hy het ook daar by die Universiteit van Stellenbosch, het hy ook daar gestudeer, en hy was ook personeelbestuurder by groep mannekrag ontwikkeling. So dit is 'n regtig 'n professionele persoon. So kom ons gee oor aan ons speaker, wat dan vir ons die rol van wijkraadslede en die effektiewe funksionering van wijkskomitees met ons gaan bespreek. Baie dankie speaker Derek Burger.
Baie dankie Gershwin. Ek gaan dit baie kort opsom. Ek dink die munisipale bestuurder het 'n groot gedeelte van my insette reeds genoem, maar ek sal hier en daar herhaal. Ek sien dit op eintlik twee maniere, die rol van die wijkraadslid. Een is bo die lyn, die formele, en dan onder die lyn wat eintlik meer die praktiese is en wat eintlik meer afhang van die persoon self. Nou, die formele gedeelte is iets wat jy kan gaan oplees. Dit staan in die strukturewet baie duidelik dat die persoon is die voorsitter van die wijkskomitee. Hy reël die vergadering, hy reël dat die notules geneem word. Hy het hulp van raadsondersteuning, Paul Valentine hulle. Dis die amptelike gedeelte. Die wat die MM genoem het wat baie belangrik is, ons het so 2 of 3 jaar gelede het ons het besluit geneem as raad om die notules van die wijkskomitees in die agenda van die raad op te neem. Nou, dit het 'n baie duidelike doel, en dit is dat nie net gekyk word na die dringende sake wat die raad moet ondersoek of debatteer nie, maar dat hulle ingelig word in baie detail oor wat in die wijke aangaan en bedag kan wees op insette of ingrepe wat nodig is, en dat die wijksraadslid op hierdie manier ook vir die wijkskomitee kan waarborg dat dit wat hulle na die komitee toe bring, onder die raad se aandag kom. So dis 'n baie sterk verandering wat ons reg gekry het, en ek dink die boodskap aan die wijkskomitee voorsitter of die wijksraadslid is, maak seker dat daai notules wat julle hou so korrek, so volledig moontlik is, want dan is dit baie maklik om af te lei wat moet gekaskadeer word na die verskillende amptenare toe. So dis 'n baie belangrike een. Die amptelike gedeelte ook van die wijksraadslid is dat hy die skakel is tussen die wijkskomiteelede wat die gemeenskap verteenwoordig, en nie net na die raad toe nie, maar die staande komitees ook. So wijksraadslede kan die bestuursdienste vergadering bywoon, die statutêre vergaderings staande komitees, as ook die korporatiewe ene, wat een laat ek uit, Gershwin? Finansies en IT. En dis 3 staande komitees wat elke maand by kan sit, en waar die wijksraadslid onder daai komitee se aandag kan bring versigtinge vanuit die gemeenskap. So is 'n baie belangrike skakel daai. Die ander 3 funksies van personeelbestuur of menslike hulpbronne en strategiese dienste en LED, die rapporteer direk aan die munisipale bestuurder, maar hulle het toegang daartoe ook. So die wijksraadslede het letterlik toegang tot die formele struktuur binne die munisipaliteit. Ek dink die gedeelte wat ek nog praat is waar die persoon self inkom. Die belangrikste ene daar is dat die wijksraadslid hom moet vergewis wat in sy gemeenskap aangaan. Hy moet weet van die skole, van die klinieke, van die hospitale, van die behoeftes, van noem dit op, alles wat in die gemeenskap gebeur. En daar's baie maniere om dit te doen. Die een is, die mense gaan dit vir jou kom vertel, die ander een is, jy kan van die entiteite wat plaaslik opgestel is, soos sakekomitees of inwonerskomitees, woon dit by, en dis die vinnigste wat jy leer wat in jou gemeenskap aangaan, wat die versigtiging is, wat die probeer voorbereid by jou vergadering kom. So ek dink die sigbaarheid, die betrokkenheid, en dan 'n laaste een onder die praktiese gedeelte is jou beskikbaarheid. Ek wil amper sê dit is 'n 24/7 taak wat julle nou aangevat het, want probleme kom nie net tussen werksure nie. As mense 'n probleem het, wil hulle jou skakel en moedig dit aan. En dis nou, ek gaan nou 'n aanvegbare stelling maak, en die rede hoekom ek so hard druk daarop, dat hoe meer die wijksraadslid die spreekbuis word, en dat die probleme, versigtinge, verwagtinge via hom kom, hoe makliker word dit na die regte departement verwys, in plaas van dat die publiek inskakel en direk met die personeel oor hulle probleme praat. Dis 'n baie sterk argument dat wijksraadslede moet absoluut die spons wees wat alles opvang en dan na die regte kanale toe deurgee. Ek dink, Gershwin, sal ek stop, want ek dink dit is wat ek wou sê. Dankie, ek waardeer.
Alright, baie dankie, Spreker Derek Burger. En dit is soos u daar gesê het, dat die wijksraadslid is dan die ore daar op die grond en die naaste aan die mense. Het is belangrik om te weet dat elke munisipaliteit bestaan uit 3 belangrike bene. Die administratiewe been, waarvan die munisipale bestuurder die hoof is. Dan het ons die politieke been, waarvan die burgemeester die hoof is. En dan het ons die belangrikste been, en dit is natuurlijk die gemeenskap. En die wijksraadslede is daar die belangrike skakel, en wijkskomitees tussen die munisipaliteit en die gemeenskap, wie dan daar die derde gedeelte van 'n munisipaliteit deel maak. The next person I would like to introduce is the ward councillor for Ward 1. That is Councillor Raymond Ross. He is a former South African Police Service captain with 23 years service in the police. And then previously he was the executive support officer for the office of the mayor, where he served for 3 years. So ons is collega's, nie nuwe collega's, nie oud collega's. En ek wil oorgee aan ons onderburgemeester en die wijkraadslid vir wijk 1, Councillor Raymond Ross.
Thank you very much, Gershwin. Good morning, Molo. Goeiemiddag alle inwoners van Kaap-Agulhas Municipaliteit. En dan ook specifically die wijk 1, Napier, wat wijk 1 constitute. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce myself to you. As Gershwin has mentioned, my name is Raymond Ross, and I'm honored and humbled to be your ward councillor and to be able to represent the interests of Ward 1 on the municipal council. As you can imagine, it is quite a daunting job to represent and balance the interests of such a diverse community fairly and accurately, and that is why the ward committee is the mouthpiece of the community on various matters, and that their role is to advise myself and make recommendations that positively impact the community of Ward 1. In conclusion, I want to encourage you to participate in the ward committee elections to ensure that we have a representative committee that can influence the council decision making. The ward committee election for Ward 1 is of course on the 9th of February 2022 from 1600 hours to 8 o'clock at Napier Community Hall. Nou, ek wil nog graag alle inwoners, stemgemagtigde inwoners van Napier wil ek graag versoek om die dag tussen 4 uur en 8 uur te kom en jou kruisie te maak langs aan die organisasie wat jy verkies. Onthou, soos al reeds genoem is, die ward committee verteenwoordig uself en hulle sal my ook dan raad gee in terme van projekte en ook wat in die IDP document sal kom. Die volgende organisasies het natuurlijk aansoek gedoen om deel te word van die ward committee. En u is gemagtig om ten minste 7, ten minste u mag net 7 organisasies uit die lys van organisasies kan u kies. Indien u meer as 7 kies, dan is dit 'n ongemagtigde ballot. So u mag net 7, maar natuurlijk u kan net 1 kies, net soos u wil. So die volgende organisasies het aansoek gedoen en sal natuurlijk, en uit die organisasies moet u dan kies vir wie u graag op die wijkskomitee wil hê. Kaap-Agulhas Business Association, KABA, Napier Heritage and Conservation Body, Napier Residents Association, of die Napier Inwonersvereniging, Children of Grace, Napier Landbouvereniging, Napier Community Caregivers, Godvreesende Pinkster Napier, Napier Neighborhood Watch, Community Police Forum, Nieuweris Napier Buurtwag, Bredasdorp Taxi Association, Protea Primaire School, Huis Klippedrift Napier, Napier Rugby Club, en dan ook House of Worship. So I urge you to come and vote for your organizations that you believe will serve you best. And please come between 1600 hours and 2000 hours at Napier Community Hall. And please make your voice be heard and come and vote. Thank you very much, Gershwin.
Baie dankie, Councillor Ross, die wijkraadslid vir wijk 1. Ons beweeg na wijk 2. En dan is dit natuurlijk 'n persoon wie baie bekend is in die gemeenskap. Daar is niemand anders as soos die gemeenskap hom noem, oom Dirk Jantjies. En ja, ek onthou oom Dirk as met hy's 'n oud besigheidsman. Hy het Queen's Bakery en dan Family Market. Daar waar Hoppien vandag is, Hoppien was in die middel gewees en sy twee besighede was aan weerskante gewees. En ja, en ons wil vir oom Dirk dan die geleentheid gee. Hy is die wijkraadslid vir wijk 2 en hy is ook, ek sal ook hoor dat hy die titel van raadslid en die titel van, hy is 'n elderman, wat beteken dat hy baie jare in die raad en hy sal vir self. Ek gee oor aan onder.
Baie dankie, Gershwin. Goeiemôre inwoners van wijk 2 en alle luisteraars. Ek is raadheer Dirk Jantjies, wijkraadslid van wijk 2. Ek wil u net vanoggend 'n bietjie meer inlig oor die belangrikheid van wijkskomitees. Nou ek wil eers vir u noem dat wijk 2 bestaan uit 2 gedeeltes. 90% kom uit Bedaarsdorp en die ander 10% uit Klipduil. Nou ek wil vir u sê dat wijkskomitees speel 'n baie belangrike rol. Omrede wijkskomitees is eintlik die mondstuk van die inwoners in 'n wijk. En hulle het 'n baie belangrike rol om te speel. Hulle moet nie net luister na probleme en terugvoering gee ook vir die raadslid nie, maar hulle moet ook seker maak dat behoeftes so goed, veral groot behoeftes, op die GOP kom, die IDP wat ons noem, want as ons groot projekte wil doen in ons wijk, moet dit op die IDP wees. So hulle speel 'n baie belangrike rol. Ek wil ook vir u sê dat die wijkskomitee van wijk 2 word volgende Dinsdag die 8ste gekies by die toesorgsenter. Dit begin van 4:00 die middag tot 8:00 die aand. En ek wil elke inwoner, geregistreerde inwoner wat bly in wijk 2 vra, hulle moet toch opkom en hulle instansie wat 'n rol speel in die gemeenskap kies. Jy weet, ons het belangrike instansies in ons wijk. Onder andere, ons het ons hoërskool, ons het ons laerskool, ons het kleuterskole, ons het buurtwagte, ons het ons polisieforum, ons het sportklubs, ons het kerkorganisasies. Al wat ek vir u as inwoners van wijk 2 wil vra, kom uit. U kan vir 9 van die 10 persone kies op die stembrief. Daar gaan 14 name wees. Die 10de instansie kom van Klipduil af. Hy is outomaties, omrede daar was net 1 aansoek van 1 instansie op Klipduil. Maar die ander 9 kom van Bedaarsdorp uit wijk 2 uit. En ek wil versoek, laat u die instansies wat 'n baie belangrike rol speel in wijk 2, nie net in wijk 2 nie, maar in Bedaarsdorp en ook in Kaapstad kies. Na die verkiesing natuurlik, as 'n instansie ingekom het, gaan hy natuurlik 'n persoon benoem wat op die wijkskomitee gaan dien. En ek wil ook op hierdie instansies 'n beroep doen, laat hulle persone gaan kies wat die belang van hierdie instansie op die hart gaan dra. Maar wijkskomitee word ook nie net verkies om die belange van die instansie op die hart te dra nie, maar van die hele gemeenskap. Daarmee wil ek afsluit om vir u baie dankie te sê en weer eens vir u versoek dat u almal moet opdaag volgende Dinsdag, die 8ste Februarie vanaf 4 tot 8 om u instansie in die wijk te kies. Baie dankie.
Baie dankie, Raadsheer Dirk Jantjies. Volgende het ons die jongste lid van die raad, raadslid Renier Lou, en ek ken vir raadslid Lou al sedert 1994. Hulle het voorheen het hulle in Karedo in die Oos-Kaap gebly, en toe het hulle hierdie kant toe getrek, en ek was ook op 'n stadium, was so saam betrokke by die jeug, so ek was ook kanselier Renier Lou se jeugleier gewees, en dit is so goed om te sien hoe iemand gegroei het deur die jare, en vandag sien ek die positiewe kommentaar wat op ons jeugblad geskryf was oor hierdie jong raadslid, hoe mense trots is en dat hy 'n voorbeeld is vir jong mense. So ek wil vir u voorhou ons raadslid vir wijk 3. Dit is nou die Kleinbegin, Zwelicha, Simonye area, Councillor Renier Lou. Councillor Lou, I'm handing over to you.
Thank you very much, Gaswin. Ulweni nonke, di gamalamu Renier Lou, di peba for Ward 3, Kleinbegin, Zwelicha, and Simonye. As Gershwin has mentioned, my name is Renier Lou, and I'm the councillor for Ward 3, and I'm very honored to be able to represent Ward 3 to the council. Being ward councillor and especially a political leader in the community can be quite daunting at times, and that is why we going down this route to elect ward committees to help and assist and advise the ward council and to make recommendations that we need to take back to council. I want to encourage, as my previous speakers have mentioned, that for communities to participate in the elections, these are organizations that are currently actively working within our communities, within our wards, and the communities might know of them. And if you feel that these organizations might be representing your interest, then I would advise communities to come out on the 10th, on Thursday, the 10th of February 2022, from 4 o'clock until 8 o'clock at the Nelson Mandela Hall, where you can have an opportunity to come and vote for the organization that you feel represents your interest. In Ward 3, Kleinbegin, Simonye, and Zwelicha, 13 organizations applied. It was a fair process. It was advertised, and these were the organizations that applied to serve on the ward committees. Please note there can only be 10 organizations. So if you want your organization or the organization, as I mentioned, that you want to serve, you must come out and vote on the 10th of February from 4 o'clock until 8 o'clock at the Nelson Mandela Hall. And the 13 organizations are as follows. We have the Bredasdorp Taxi Association, the Blue Crane Disabled Group, we have Rangers Bredasdorp Rugby Club, we have the Botani Pentecostal Church, we have Lesedi Educare, we have the Cape Agulhas Local Football Association, we have the Little Angels Educare, Action Group, Bredasdorp Community Police Forum, Bredasdorp Cricket Club. So communities, these are the 13 organizations. And as I mentioned, if you want them to serve on the ward committee, we would advise you to come out and vote on the 10th of February from 4 o'clock until 8 o'clock at the Nelson Mandela Hall. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Renier Lou. The next speaker is the ward councillor for Ward 4. That is wijk 4 se raadslid en dis raadsheer Johan Nieuwoud. En ek wil vir u noem dat raadsheer Johan Nieuwoud is nou al in sy 5de termyn as 'n raadslid van Cape Agulhas Municipaliteit. En as my wiskunde reg is dit so iets soos by mondigwording 21 jaar. Ek wil vir u, hy's nog 'n aktiewe fietsryer ook en hy is betrokke by verskeie organisasies hier plaaslik en van die organisasies natuurlik die Hospitaalraad. Ek gee aan u oor raadsheer Johan Nieuwoud.
Goeiemôre, baie dankie Gershwin. Ek is raadheer Johan Nieuwoud en verkies tot wijkraadslid van wijk 4. Soos Gershwin reeds genoem het, dit is my 5de agtereenvolgende termyn wat ek dien vir wijk 4. En ek voel geëerd om hier weer te dien sodat die stem van wijk 4 gehoor kan word wanneer die raad besluite neem. Given the significant role the ward committee plays, it's very important that the ward committee be constituted as a representative of the highest input. Please participate in the ward committee election to ensure that your voice is heard. Wijk 4 is daar 12 organisasies wat aansoek gedoen het. Ons kan net vir 9 organisasies stem. Die 10de een is Protem, want Protem is 'n deel van ons wijk 4 en hulle het hulle eie verteenwoordiger wat hulle moet aanwys. So u kan vir 9 organisasies stem. Die verkiesing vind plaas op die 7de Februarie by die Glaskasteel. Dit is van 1600 uur tot 2000 uur. En die organisasies wat hiervoor stem, nadat hulle verkies is, dan moet hulle gaan en hulle moet hulle eie verteenwoordiger aanwys wat op die wijkskomitee dien. Daar is ook 'n versoek dat daai notiele van waar daai verteenwoordigers verkies word, ook aan Kaapagallus voorsien word, sodat mense kan sien dat daar 'n deursigtige proses plaasgevind het vir die persoon wat op die wijkskomitee dien. Die volgende organisasies is genomineer om aansoek gedoen om met Kaapagallus in wijk 4 te dien. Dit is die Suidpunt Diensentrum, Bredasdorp Suideroor te huis, ACVV Bredasdorp, Kaapagallus Business Association, dis KABA, die AGS Kerk van Suid-Afrika Bredasdorp, Hoërskool Bredasdorp, Lions Club Bredasdorp, NG Kerk Bredasdorp, en dan Bredasdorp Gesondheid en Welsynskomitee, Otto du Plessis Hospitaal Fasiliteitsraad, en dan Bredasdorp Community Police Forum, GPF, en dan inwoners van die strate van Kloof tot Hugostraat. So ek nooi julle asseblief om uit te kom en te kom stem op daai dag vir die organisasies. Die verkiesing op Protem sal plaasvind op die 14de op Protem self, dit is vir die 10de vakant af vir 10de posisie op die wijkskomitee. Baie dankie Gershwin, Paul vir julle tyd, en ek wil vir julle twee sê, dis 'n baie goeie program wat julle ingestel het.
Baie dankie raadsheer Johan Nieuwoud, wie dan ook voorheen die speaker van Kaapagallus Municipaliteit se raad was. Die volgende spreker is wijk 5, ons beweeg Struisbaai, Agulhas, Suiderstrand area en die omliggende areas daar, het ons vir raadslid Gerard Olwage, en hy werk al sedert 2005 by Kaapagallus Municipaliteit. So ja, dit is goed om nog 'n kollega wie dan nou op die ander been, die 3 bene waarvan ons vroeër gepraat het, wie dan nou op die politieke been is, weg van die administratiewe been, en dit is raadslid Gerard Olwage, en hy is ook dan die voorsitter van die tegniese, dis nou technical services, waarvan hy ook dan die voorsitter is, en hy dien ook op die MICO. So raadslid Gerard Olwage, ek gee oor aan u. Raadslid Olwage, u moet net die mikrofoon aanskakel. Asseblief, dankie.
Baie dankie Gershwin, goeiemiddag almal. En ook goeiemiddag aan al die mense van Struisbaai, Agulhas en Suiderstrand wat wijk 5 is. Ek voel geëerd dat julle vir my gestem het as julle verteenwoordiger op die raad van Kaapagallus. En dis nou in wijk 5. En dan wil ek ook net sê dat miskien 'n bietjie Engels, but as you can imagine, it's quite a daunting job to represent and balance the interest of such a diverse community fairly and accurately. And this is why the ward committee is such an important structure. The ward committee is the mouthpiece of the community on various matters, and the role is to advise and make recommendations to me. As you know, Ward 5 is experiencing development boom, And there are multiple land use planning applications that need to be considered by this ward committee. Other important aspects where we need input from the ward committee on the integrated development plan, spatial development framework, and the budget, just to mention a few. In conclusion, I would encourage you to participate in the ward committee election to ensure that we have a representative committee that can inform council decision making. The ward committee election hier in wijk 5 sal wees Dinsdag 15 Februarie 2022 van 4:00 die middag tot 8:00 die aand in die NG Kerksaal, the Dutch Reformed Church hier in Struisbaal in se saal. Die volgende nominasies is deur ons ontvang vir wijkraadslede. Eerstens is Agulhas Erfenisvereniging, Kaap Agulhas Business Association, Tamar Foundation, Agulhas Nasionale Park, Onze Hoop Dienstsentrum, Gemeenskap Polisieforum, die NG Gemeente Suidpunt, Suidpunt Bewaringsvereniging, Suidpunt Inwonersvereniging, rondom Skrik Community, Struisbaai Intern Relief en die Anglikaanse Kerk. Asseblief mense kom, maak julle stemme dik en kom vote, sodat ons die regte mense op die wijksraad kan kry. En ek dank julle almal. Dankie Gershwin.
Baie dankie raadslid Olwage. Die gemeenskap ken hom ook as raadslid Ollie. En soos wat ons hier by Kaap Agulhas as kollegas vir hom so geliefd genoem het. Ons beweeg na wijk 6 en dit is die raadslid vir wijk 6 is raadslid Janine August Martinez en sy en haar man en 3 kinders woon hier op Bredasdorp en sy was voorheen betrokke by verpleging. En dan is haar passie om mense te help en 'n verskil te maak in die gemeenskap. En sy sê ook dat sy baie graag sal wil voortbou op wat die vorige raad dan vermag het. Ons gee oor aan die wijkraadlid vir wijk 6, wat dan Bredasdorp, gedeelte van Bredasdorp, en dan ook Anniston van die Skrans. Raadslid August Martinez, ek gee oor aan u. Raadslid, u moet verskoon tog, u moet net u mikrofoon aanskakel.
Ek het nou. Okay, dankie Gershwin. Goeiemiddag aan al die inwoners van Kaap Agulhas Municipality, vir al die inwoners van Bredasdorp en Anniston wat wijk 6 uitmaak. Ek wil graag van hierdie geleentheid gebruik maak om myself voor te stel. My naam is raadslid Janine August Martinez. Ek is ek is u wijkraadslid en dit is Dit is 'n uitdagende taak om die belange van so 'n groot groep verskillende mense in 'n wijk akkuraat te kan verteenwoordig. En dit is hoekom die wijkskomitee so 'n belangrike struktuur is. Die wijkskomitee is die mondstuk van die gemeenskap oor verskillende sake en hul rol is om advies aan my te gee en voorstelle te maak in die wijk. Van die belangrike aspekte van 'n wijkskomitee se insaag benodig sal word is die GOP en SDF en ook die begroting. Hierdie is maar net 'n paar van dit wat genoem is, wat gedoen. Ter afsluit van wil ek graag aanmoedig om vir u as die wijk om asseblief deel te hê aan die wijkskomitee verkiesing om te verseker dat wijk 6 verteenwoordig word en sodat ons belange aan die raad voorgelê kan word. Die wijkskomitee verkiesing vir wijk 6 sal plaasvind op Woensdag die 16de Februarie 2022 vanaf 4:00 tot 8:00 by Anniston Gemeenskapsaal en Donderdag die 17de Februarie 2022 vanaf 4:00 tot 8:00 by die Christen Gemeentekerk in Bredasdorp. Die volgende nominasies was ontvang: Bersig Blok, Cassiesbaai Blok, Metropolitan Kerk, Selbo Blok Anniston, Selbo Blok Bredasdorp, wie die Klap Bredasdorp, Volstruiskamp Blok, Blue Green Wannieskraas Aniston, Rypeiers, Wannieskraas Visserunie, Bredasdorp Taxi Association, Seahawks Rugby Club Kleinbegin Blok, Babbelin Krabbel Kleuterskool en Blue Crane Disabilities, Bredasdorp Community Police Forum. En ek wil u met die stem laat hoor op die dag van die wijkskomitee se verkiesing. Baie dankie aan u in wijk 6 en ook Bredasdorp. Dankie Gershwin.
Baie dankie raadslid Janine August Martinez. Ons volgende spreker is mevrou Amelia Nolan, alipad van die provinsie se publieke deelname eenheid. So Mrs. Amelia Nolan, we'll be handing over to you. She is no stranger to Cape Agulhas. This is her choice of leisure. She always come to Cape Agulhas area whenever she has the time. So she raadslid Olwage, jy moet kyk, sy kom soms daar in die area in, kom vakansie hou. So hou jy oogie oop vir mevrou Pieters, en dan wil ek ook sê dat sy hardloop ook gereeld die plaaslike marathons. Ja, so ek gee oor aan u.
Goeiemôre almal, baie dankie Gershwin vir daardie warme welkom. Ja, ons hoop en vertrou dat ons binnekort Voet van Afrika weer kan doen. So I was tasked to just discuss and talk about what is the role of the Department of Local Government pertaining to public participation and ward committee establishment. So we have as a department an oversight role pertaining to public participation and ward committees. We have a dedicated staff which is located within the Public Participation Directorate, who provides hands-on support to municipalities. So this support includes assisting with ward committee elections, also known as ward committee establishment. So you will be seeing us participating and officiating in these elections, this upcoming ward committee election. So furthermore to our support, we assist with the provision of capacity building and training programs to ensure effective and functional ward committees. So post the elections, we will assist the municipality in collaboration with the officials who have attended the ward committee induction train-the-trainer program to co-facilitate ward committee induction training for newly elected ward committee members. So it's also very important to note that this training has to be attended and is compulsory for the attendance of all ward councillors and newly elected ward committee members. So post the elections, a ward committee meeting schedule has to be compiled and made available to the public, and the department ourselves, we will do random visits to these meetings. These ward committee meetings are open to the public, however, only to observe. So with community members, it's very important to note that if we vote for our representative, that we choose wisely who we vote for. Make sure that you vote for someone who is active, who is passionate about community building, and that you would know that your voice would be heard through your representative on these at these meetings. And then as part of this community, the capacity building, we also offer a refresher training. So those refresher training, it covers meeting procedures, how to conduct meetings, and minute taking. So we do know that public speaking can be quite daunting. And so that is an opportunity where we assist ward committee members with that type of training, so that they can give regular feedback to their sectors or residents in the block that they are representing. So there are 4 important indicators which we look at as a functional ward committee. So one is all scheduled ward committees are being held, and therefore the schedule is very important. And that scheduled sector or geographic block report back meetings were held by ward committee members. So if I am a ward committee member, it is important that I provide regular feedback to the community members. Also, ward councillors have to hold their quarterly community report back meeting. If I'm a ward councillor, it is important that I give regular and feedback to the community members regarding municipal issues and also the issues that they have served to us to deal with. And the fourth one is that each ward councillor submits a ward committee report to council and feedback. So that is already happening within the Cape Agulhas municipality. So Master of Ceremony, that is all from my side. My director, Mr. Craig Mitchell, would complete our discussion.
Alright, baie dankie Ms. Nolan. Ons gee oor aan Mr. Craig Mitchell, wie dan gaan gou vir ons verder gaan verduidelik.
Oh, thank you, Gershwin, and good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I want to congratulate Cape Agulhas for this very important initiative. As far as I'm concerned, it's the first municipality in the Western Cape that's doing this. I was also played the what you call it, that rap song that you guys developed. I know it hasn't officially been launched, but I'm very impressed with it, and I'm sure our minister will too once we receive the go-ahead from you guys to share it. As Amelia indicated, the important role that we play as a department, our minister is very, very passionate about ward committees, taking into account that he was previously the mayor of Swartland municipality. He continuously challenged us to come up with initiatives in terms of supporting and strengthening public participation at the local level. Fortunately, we have a very good working relationship with Cape Agulhas, and I am not too concerned about Cape Agulhas, but it's important that we reflect on the challenges that we experienced in the past in around ward committee functionality. And as the municipal manager Eben indicated in his introduction, ward committees play a very important role. It's not the only form of public participation, but it's one of the primary mechanisms to improve public participation. Hence, we place a very, very strong emphasis in terms of supporting municipalities. And as Amelia indicated, in terms of the Constitution, our role is to monitor, support, and build the capacity. I would like to believe that as a department, we place a stronger emphasis on support than monitoring, because I believe personally, or we believe personally, that if the support and the capacity building responsibility of our department is fulfilled, then the monitoring becomes very easy. I have worked with some of the councillors in the past, like the ex-speaker that's also present on the platform today. I am familiar with some of the councillors, and for the newly elected councillors, I wish you well in your term as ward committee chairpersons. The ex-speaker would know that our department is also responsible for reporting on the functionality of ward committees on a quarterly basis to SALGA. Now, this is a platform where we, as a department, need to indicate to all the speakers how ward committees are functioning across the province. And this is also an opportunity for the department to highlight any challenges where we require interventions from municipalities in order to ensure that ward committees are functioning the way they are supposed to. In terms of our support, Amelia touched on it, but there are other support initiatives that we also plan on rolling out. We already mentioned the trainer that we rolled out to municipal officials. So post your ward committee establishment, it will be expected of municipalities to roll out formal induction training to their ward committees. As a department, we have already provided all municipalities in the Western Cape with the necessary training material in the form of manuals and handbooks. It's printed in all 3 languages, and it's currently in your possession. We will also support you, as Amelia indicated, post your election process with the facilitation of those induction sessions. Furthermore, we also plan on supporting you with a very, very important initiative, which we named the Know Your Ward Committee campaign. We did it previously with the municipality, and we will most definitely support you again in the new financial year with the Know Your Ward Committee campaign, because it's important that the community members know exactly who will be representing them on the ward committee. So the Know Your Ward Committee campaign is another initiative that we will support you with. The other initiative is the development of ward committee operational plans. Now, the ward committee operational plans is a plan that must be drafted on an annual basis by all ward committees, and it basically just outlines the activities that the ward committees will perform for the municipal financial year. Chair, we will most definitely, and I will make sure, I will prioritize my diary that we attend some of your ward committee establishment sessions. And I just want to once again thank the municipality for this initiative and wish you all of the best with your ward committee establishment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Craig Mitchell. We would also like to thank you for the support that you're giving to Cape Agulhas Municipality, and you yourself are no stranger to the area. We have engaged on various occasions, so we would like to thank you for Know Your Ward Committee campaign was successful the last time around, and we foresee that this year it will be another big success, so we're looking forward to that. Thank you very much. Our next speaker, ons het so 'n jeugaanslag en by Cape Agulhas munisipaliteit het ons ook 'n jeugraad, and the chairperson of the Cape Agulhas Youth Council is Ms. Sadai Williams, all the way from Struisbaai. En baie mense maak hierdie stelling that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow or the future, maar hier in Cape Agulhas maak ons 'n regstelling. Die jeug is die leiers van vandag. Sadai, ek gee oor aan jou. Jammer Sadai, wil jy net jou mikrofoon gou aanskakel asseblief? Dankie.
Baie dankie Gershwin. Ek is Sadai Williams, voorsitter van die Cape Agulhas Jeugraad. So vandag gaan ek praat oor die belangrikheid van jeug se deelname in die verkiesing van 'n nuwe generasie wijskomitee. So openbare deelname is noodsaaklik en deel van ons land se demokrasie en gee mense en gemeenskappe die geleentheid om betrokke te raak by hoe 'n gemeenskap bestuur word. Die wijkomitee is 'n belangrike kommunikasiekanaal tussen die wijkraadslede, die gemeenskap en die munisipaliteit. Dit laat lede van gemeenskappe toe om munisipale beplanning te beïnvloed op 'n wyse wat die beste in hul behoeftes voorsien en die gemeenskap die geleentheid gee om insette te lewer tot die besluite wat die plaaslike raad neem. So die wijkomitee verteenwoordig die gemeenskap, gee aandag aan alle sake wat die gemeenskap raak en tot voordeel strek, tree op in die beste belang van die gemeenskap en verseker aktiewe deelname van die gemeenskap aan die munisipaliteit se begrotingsproses. Die wijkomitee bestaan uit verteenwoordigers van 'n bepaalde wijk. Hulle bestaan uit lede wat verskeie belange binne in die wijk verteenwoordig. Dit bied gemeenskapslede die geleentheid om hul behoeftes, hulle menings oor kwessies wat in hul lewens raak uit te spreek en dit op munisipale vlak via die wijkraad te laat hoor. As jong mense is dit ons plig om seker te maak dat ons op die verskillende datums, soos genoem, vir die organisasies wat ons dink die behoeftes van die jeug sal aanspreek en wat die jeug sal kan vorentoe vat. Ons wil hê daar moet dinge in ons gemeenskap en ons dorpe gebeur, maar dit kan slegs gebeur as ons as jeug opstaan en seker maak dat ons die regte organisasies wat jeug verteenwoordig deel laat vorm van die wijkskomitee in ons dorpe. As ons nie gaan nie, wie gaan? Ek eindig met die woorde van Walt Disney. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Baie dankie vir die geleentheid en baie dankie.
Baie dankie Shadai, en Shadai praat natuurlik van deelnemende demokrasie en dit is dan waar die mense self regeer, en een van daardie maniere om dit dan te laat gebeur is om dan die organisasies wie dan genomineer is op die wijkskomitee vir hulle te gaan stem, en dan moet u in u getalle uitkom. Ons volgende persoon op die program, en ons program is amper op 'n einde, so u hoef nie bekommerd te wees, ons gaan nie baie langer hou nie, is meneer Paul Valentine, en hy is belas met publieke deelname, met raadslid ondersteuning as ook kliëntediens. En hy is ook die persoon wie, wanneer ons hier by die munisipaliteit dinge beplan, en ons wil hê die ding moet goed deurdink word, dan vra ons vir meneer Paul Valentine om na die tafel te kom. Meneer Paul Valentine, ek gee oor aan u om die skedule van die verkiesings aan die gemeenskap voor te hou.
Baie dankie Gershwin en goeiemiddag al die inwoners van Kaap-Agulhas munisipaliteit. Ek dink ek kan nie meer beklemtoon hoe belangrik die deelname in hierdie verkiesings gaan wees nie. Om dit 'n sukses te maak, soek ons 'n deelnemende gemeenskap. So kom neem deel aan die volgende verkiesings. Ek sal net vanaf week 1 tot week 6 net herhaal wat al die raadslede al reeds bevestig het. Week 1 se verkiesing sal plaasvind Woensdag die 9de Februarie by die Napier Gemeenskapsaal, en dit sal plaasvind tussen 4:00 en 8:00 die aand. Week 1 sluit ook in Elim en Spanjas Kloof. So Elim het ongelukkig net een nominasie en dan ook Spanjas Kloof. So hulle twee plekke is al reeds op die wijkskomitee geneem. So daar word vir 8 lede word verkies tydens hierdie verkiesing, en waarvan die informele area ook outomaties 'n seat gaan kry op hierdie wijkskomitee. So die mense moet uitkom om te kom stem. Dis vir 7 organisasies die aand van die 9de Februarie. Ons volgende datum, volgende week is dan natuurlik Raasheer Jantjies, en na die verkiesing vind plaas by die Toesong Sentrum. Dis op Dinsdag 8 Februarie, ook vanaf 4:00 tot 8:00 die aand. Week 3, dis by die Nelson Mandela Saal, en hulle verkiesing vind plaas Donderdag 10 Februarie. Week 4 sal plaasvind by die Glaskasteel Gemeenskapsaal, Maandag die 7de Februarie. Protem, wat ook deel is van week 4, se verkiesing sal plaasvind 14 Februarie, is ook op 'n maandag vanaf 4:00 tot 8:00. Week 5, daar is 2 stemlokale, dis die Struisbaai Gemeenskapsaal, as ook die NG Gemeente Kerksaal in Struisbaai, en hulle verkiesings sal gelyktydig plaasvind vanaf 4:00 tot 8:00 op Dinsdag 15 Februarie. Week 6, die eerste verkiesing sal plaasvind by die Arniston Gemeenskapsaal op Woensdag 16 Februarie, en dan die Bedaarsopse gedeelte van week 6 sal plaasvind op Donderdag 17 Februarie. Baie dankie inwoners, en ek wil weer eens beklemtoon, u deelname sal 'n sukses vir ons wijkkomitees in die toekoms beteken.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Paul Valentine. Thank you for the schedule. Next up on the program, we have one of my favorite radio presenters. The radio name is Lady K, and it is a colleague of ours, Wendy Kweyama, and she will do a summary in isiXhosa. Wendy, over to you.
Thank you so much, Gershwin. I don't know, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. You may proceed.
Okay, awesome. Just to quickly sum everything up, I'll be doing it in a sequence. Paul, is it possible that you can just upload the date again for me on the screen, please?
We will quickly ask the vet from our IT department to quickly just put it on the screen again. All right, there it is. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just ukubalisa yonke into ethethiweyo apha namhlanje kusukela phaa ku-municipal manager ukuyotsho kooceba bethu from uward 1 ukuyela kuward 6 and kwavala ke utata uPaul Valentine esixelela ngeentsuku apho funeke sivote ngazo kwaye nangamaxesha ekufuneka sivote ngazo. Eyona nto iParadise Municipality eyipushayo kulo nyaka yinto yoba ulutsha laseParadise lize ngaphambili lizovota bethuna sivotele i-ward council, i-ward council committee zethu called i-ward committee zethu kwenzela ukuba sikwazi uba nelizwi xa sinento esingazithandiyo okanye sinezinto esifuna izibonakaliswa eParadise siyazi uba sizawuxhumana nooceba bethu siye kooceba bethu sithi kukho u-1 no-2 no-3 esiqonda uba ningabazisa phambili ukwazi ulungisa izinto. So ke bethuna
Sorry, Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Sorry. We have quite a bit of interference on our side. There's a lot of feedback, so much so that we can't make out what you are saying. We will give you another try. If we're not successful, then we'll just move over to the next speaker. It's now becoming even worse. It's fine now. You can go ahead. All right, you can go ahead now. Thank you.
Can you hear me better now?
Loud and clear. There's the voice that we love on the radio.
Thank you so much, Gershwin and colleagues, for this opportunity. Sorry, just 1 second. Devet, if you can just fix the screen for me regarding the dates. It's not showing well on my side. And I'm stuck also.
Hold on. Paul, can you just stop your screen share, please? There we go. Hold on. Give me a moment.
There we go. Fabulous.
There you go.
Thank you, David. Okay, let's give it another go. Molweni bethu nana ndinguwendi kweyama as uGershwin beketshilo. Besimameleke namhlanje intetho ezisuka ku-MM wethu waseCape Agulhas Municipality ukuya kooceba bethu from uward 1 ukuya kuward 6 and then ke ngokwasivalela kamandi utata uPaul Valentine. Sibulela ke ne-visitors zethu ezisuka ku-province nezi-local. Njengoba besityhala intetho namhlanje, into esifuna ukuyihambisa phambili kuba ulutsha maliphume liyovota livotele i-ward committees. I-ward committees zindoni bahlali? I-ward committees ngabantu abaxhumana nooceba bethu ukwazi usidibanisa nomasipala bethu uba sikwazi udibanisa izinto esifuna ukuzenza kwiiwadi zethu ngokwahlukeneyo. Uba sinengxaki, i-ward committee ngabona bantu esikwazi udibana nabo bakwazi usidibanisa noceba basidibanise nomasipala bethu. So ke bethuna nazi iintsuku zoba sizayovota ngazo. Njengoba nibona phaa phezulu eNapir intsuku yokuqala yeyona ndawo yokuqala esizawuvota kuyo nge-9 kaFebruwari ngoLwesithathu. Amaxesha ukusukela kwintsimbi yesi-4 ukuya kwintsimbi yesi-8. And then ke ngoku eThusong Centre uward 2 ngoLwesibini nge-8 kaFebruwari ukusukela kwintsimbi yesi-4 ukuya kwintsimbi yesi-8. NgoLwesithathu eNelson Mandela ixolo ngoLwesine nge-10 kaFebruwari eNelson Mandela uward 3 uyawube evota phaya ke ukusukela kwintsimbi yesi-4 ukuya kwintsimbi yesi-8. Aye ke uward 4 eGlasgow Steel Community Hall ngoMvulo nge-7 kaFebruwari ukusukela kwintsimbi yesine ukuya kwintsimbi yesibhozo. Sihambe ke bethuna siyeni ePro Tem ukwanaye yingxenye kaWard 4. kaWard 4 ingomvulo ke yona nge-14 February ngela mini yothando bethuna ukusukela ngentsimbi yesine ukuya kweyesibhozo. Siye ke ngokuWard 5 eStrasby Community Hall, which will be ngolesibini nge-15 kaFebruary, nase-NG Gemeenskapspunt ngentsimbi yesine ukuya ngentsimbi yesibhozo. Sihambe ke bethuna siyeni phaa kuWard 6 ngolesithathu nge-16 kaFebruary ukuqala kwintsimbi yesine ukuya kwintsimbi yesibhozo. Simke ke ngoku abakufutshane eChristian Assemblies Church bangaya ke bayovota bebeke ungxi wabo phaya ukusukela nge-17 ngolesine nge-17 kaFebruary ukusukela ngentsimbi yesine ukuya kwintsimbi yesibhozo. So ke bethunana iCape Agulhas Municipality ithi phumani hamba novota nibeke ungxi wenu kwenzela uba amazwi wenu aviwe apha ekuhlaleni. Enkosi Gershwin.
Thank you, Wendy. That was beautifully said by Lady Kay. And we have come to the end of our program, the end of my part. I will give over to Ms. Tracy Stone, who will do the closure. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. Tracy, over to you.
Thank you very much, Gershwin. And yeah, good afternoon to everybody. I'd just like to run through a few important takeaways from everybody that spoke today that I'd just like to highlight. I think maybe let's starting with the municipal manager and what he said about the definition of a municipality, that it comprises its political structures, the administration, and the community. You know, thus emphasizing that the community is an integral part of us and an integral part of our decision-making processes. Councillor Berger, I think an important thing that he mentioned is how the municipality incorporates the ward committee agendas and minutes and their recommendations into our formal council meetings. So this is not a case of you making a decision or a recommendation in isolation. You can see that it is actually putting through into our council meetings, and you can all listen to our council meetings as well because they're streamed, but you'll see that your inputs are very, very important. And the question that is always asked on many, many matters is, what does the ward committee say about this? So there again, it just stresses the importance of the ward committee being correctly constituted, being represented, and that you really participate in the meetings and that you really have your say and make recommendations that are in the best interests of the community. Our ward councillors all had the opportunity to introduce themselves to you, so we are very pleased about that, and they all told you a little about their nominations. But yes, our ward councillors, they really need the support and cooperation of effective ward committees. You know, they are one person. They cannot be all over their ward all the time. So as a ward committee member, you need to be the eyes and the ears of our ward councillors on the ground. You know, you need to be in a position that you can keep them informed of things that are happening in your ward. If there are problems, you need to talk to them. And in the same way, the ward committees are a voice of the council back to the community. So you will see at a lot of the ward committee meetings, if you're nominated, that you will hear what is happening in council. You will hear what decisions are being taken. And, you know, that is something that you can then take back to your community again. So this is a two-way communication. So that is also part of the, you know, the important role that you play. Coming to what Province said, and yeah, Province, we are very thankful. We always have your support. You help us with so many projects. And yeah, we are very grateful for that. And I think one of the most important things that you said is the fact that there will be capacity development. So when our ward committees are elected, they're not just going to be thrown out there, they are going to have training, induction. You will know how the municipality works. So that will be a great help. And I think also the Know Your Ward Committee campaigns will be really good so that the rest of the community knows who you are, because as one of the speakers said earlier, people will be calling on your number, so people need to know who you are. I think what's also important is the fact, the accountability issue. And I think Mr. Mitchell mentioned that ward committee meetings are open to the public. Although you are only the community or observers, they are open. We did have to restrict this a little bit, in the past due to COVID, and obviously that will also apply. But what I'm trying to say is that you can see what the ward committees are deciding. It's not a secret. It's open. It's transparent. The public are always welcome to attend. Just to reflect on, okay, then going back to what Paul said, I think the important part is Paul went through the dates and the times of the election. So that is vitally important information. That is literally the only time that you have to elect your ward committees. And as previous speakers have said, ward committees are in place for 5 years. So, it's vitally important that you make that time. Sade, I thank you very much. I think what's really important is Sade represents the Youth Council. And it's a challenge that we always have is getting the youth involved in municipal matters. And I think we need to acknowledge that the days are gone whereby older people decide what's best for the youth. We need the youth to decide that for themselves. And by allowing the youth to participate in this process, by nominating young people, that is a really good way to get involved. So thank you for that, Sade. Wendy, thank you very much for helping us to try and convey the message in more languages. We really appreciate it. And I think just lastly, I just want to say a very, very big thank you to all of the councillors who've participated today. A big thank you to the province for all the support that we get from you. My thanks to the municipal manager and also to the speaker, and then to my own team who've put a huge amount of work into this election process. I thank you very much. And just to conclude, lastly, thank you to the community for listening to us today. Please make your voices heard and come and vote. Thank you.
Alright, baie dankie. So het ons dan aan die einde gekom van hierdie webinar. Ek wil ook net vir noem dat dit gaan ook uitgesaai word op munisipale sake op Radio Overberg 101.8 FM. Ons gaan die datums en die tye aan u kommunikeer. Baie dankie dat u ingeskakel het. Ons groet u, totsiens.
Dankie, Gusman.
Baie dankie, mooi loop.
Thanks, Tracy.